Development Committee at 6:30. I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes of the Special Community Development Committee meeting held on April 17th, 2018.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Number 3, discuss the building permit and code compliance software. Paula, can you take that?
Sorry, I just was looking a resident. So I think everyone that's heard me talk about this knows how happy I am to get this finally to close to the finish line. We started this almost over a year ago, where we started looking at what our needs were in the department. We followed the strategic plan, which recommends that we analyze and improve our building processes. Efficiency in permitting is very important. And the biggest encumbrance to meeting that goal is our current software. It's very antiquated. You talk to anyone in our department, they're about ready to pull their hair out trying to work with the Eden software. So one of the specific things we were looking for is an off-the-shelf software that was designed for permitting, that wasn't an add-on to a financing software or a GIS software or some other software that was made to fit. We're looking for something that was designed wholly for permitting, building permitting, plan review, and inspections. And in addition, this particular company is handling health inspections and planning and zoning, so we're getting the whole ball. I gave you some dates in here. In November, we published the RFP. December 18th, we got 9 proposals. From that point, I needed some help because I'm not the most technologically advanced staff member, so I see my great Michael Thomas here. So we created a 9-member committee that encompassed everybody that was going to be touched by our software. Finance was represented, Public Works was represented. Hannah was indispensable in helping keeping this on track. So we started meeting. We actually went out and after we got the proposals in, we got 9 proposals. We whittled that down to 4. Once we got it down to 4, we actually went and did some home visits at these other communities that are similar to ours, like New Lenox, Elk Grove Village, Lansing, that were using some of these software. So we could sit there with our counterparts, like finance went and sat with finance, GIS sat with GIS, planning sat with planning, building with building, to actually ask them what the pros and cons were of each one of these 4 softwares. We also spent a lot of time calling. I know Michael did a great job following up on some of the software companies. So after that, we whittled it down again. We were down to 2 software companies, and then from there, we were looking at all aspects, watching demonstrations, and finally back on April 26th, we held a second interview with Mainstar. They kept rising to the top. They addressed all our concerns. There was no red flags. We asked them to do a couple more demos. The gentleman came to our office, and after he left, we all unanimously agreed that Mainstar was our selection. There is a cost proposal in the proposal, and it's at $134,500, and that includes $80,000 of implementation. And then, as with any software, there's going to be a maintenance amount, and we've got like a 5% escalator in that every year. We have $150,000 budgeted this year, plus $50,000 in maintenance, so we're well within the budget line. But we have a few issues that we want to negotiate a little bit harder. We have a meeting tomorrow morning with Michael and with Hannah, and we're going to go through the last list to see if there's anything else we can either reduce the cost or make sure that what we need is in that contract. So we're asking that you approve our recommendation to instruct us to finalize the contract with Mainstar in an amount not to exceed $150,000, and then we'll bring that, once we get the contract finalized, we'll bring that back to board for final approval.
Brian and Bill, you have any questions?
Nope. Nope.
And can I please give a shout out to that committee again? I won't mention all the names, but they know who they are. They were wonderful, and they helped get this to the finish line.
Good.
I'd like to make a motion then to authorize staff to finalize negotiations with Mainstar in the amount not to exceed $150,000 and recommend approval of the committee's selection of Mainstar building permit and code compliance software to the village board.
Second.
All in favor?
Thank you.
Receive comments from the public. Let the record reflect there are none. I'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
I'd like to call the Public Works Committee meeting to order. I'd like to make a motion to consider approval of the minutes of the Public Works Committee meeting held on April 10th, 2018, and a special Public Works Committee meeting held on April 17th, 2018.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Number 3, discuss audio-visual upgrades for council chambers. Kevin?
Yeah, this is, John Urbanski's been working on this project with Mike Thomas from our IT. So I'm going to just cover a real quick couple bullet points of what we're upgrading at the Village Hall and Kelson Center here. And if you have any questions, you can ask Mike on the technical end. But real quickly here, what we're doing is we're upgrading the council chambers here and the Kelson Center so they communicate with each other, upgrading the equipment. So we're looking at getting permanent mounted cameras, new digital operating equipment, ability to cross-connect audio and video between council chambers and the Kelson Center, and an installation of audio video equipment in the Kelson Center for also overflow meetings if we need it. We went out for bid. The bids were opened April 3rd, 2018. We had 2 bidders, Advanced Communications and Pay System. Advanced Communication was the lowest bid at $163,914. Our engineer's estimate was $200,000, so we're under budget of that. So what we're asking is if we can move this on to the village board agenda, our next village board agenda, and approve the contract with Advanced Communication of Michigan City. And the funds are available in the FY19 budget.
We hired an architect to put the bid together, or what?
Yes.
These are the same ones that the guys that did the train station on 80th Avenue, right?
Correct.
All right. I'd like to make any questions?
How long has it been since it's been upgraded?
It's a long time. We never had actual cameras in here, so that's why you see these portable cameras. So we've upgraded some of these screens, but we're actually going to get mounted cameras in here now.
Some of the equipment is at least 10 years old, if not more.
Oh, okay.
It's definitely new.
Yeah. Okay. Just wondered.
If there's no other questions, a motion to put the Advanced Communications as the low bid put this on the agenda.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Number 4, discuss prevailing wage ordinance, our annual ordinance. Kevin, just want to briefly update that?
Yeah, basically, this is our annual ordinance we have to do with the Illinois Department of Labor and Secretary of State. That all of our contracted work that we do at the village, that we pay prevailing wage.
I'd like to make a motion to add that to our agenda, the prevailing wage ordinance. Do I have a
Second.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Number 5, discuss engineering agreement for Main Street South tax increment financing closeout projects. We got a few more we got to finish up here, Kevin, right?
Yeah, so our TIF's ending December 31st, so we've been asked to use this money on some infrastructure repairs. So just to list a few of the repairs we're going to do is Tinley Park Convention Center resurfacing. We're going to do the main lot and the south lot of the Convention Center. We're going to resurface 183rd Street, east of Harlem Avenue, west of Oak Park Avenue. 183rd Street, Oak Park Avenue, pedestrian access improvements, and South Street, 67th Court intersection improvements and infrastructure improvements. So what we're looking to do is get a professional engineering agreement in order to proceed with the work. If we proceed with this quickly, we can start the 183rd Street, hopefully get all what we need in the next 2 weeks so we can get all that going with our regular PMP program.
When you're talking to 183rd Street, would that be the pedestrian, a walkway across 183rd? Or?
No, just it'd be sidewalk improvements.
Okay. And this would be for Robinson Engineering?
Yes, this be for Robinson Engineering.
And Trustee Yonker, just to note, that'd be out of the Oak Park Avenue TIF, not Main Street South.
That's listed in, correct?
Yeah, it's Oak Park Avenue TIF. That's the one that expires at the end of this year.
A motion to add the Robinson Engineering agreement to the agenda. Give a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Number 6, receive comments from the public. The record show there is none. A motion to adjourn the Public Works Committee meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. I'd like to hereby give notice of the Public Safety Committee meeting for the Village of Tinley Park, beginning at 6:40. consider, a motion to consider approval of the minutes of the Public Safety Meeting held on April 10th, 2018. Get a second? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And so ordered. Item number 3, discuss the renewal of fleet maintenance agreement with Mokina Fire Protection District. Chief?
Thank you, Trustee Brady. This is a continuation of a fleet maintenance agreement we've had in force with the Mokina Fire District since 2014. This is an annually reoccurring renewal of this intergovernmental agreement, which allows their emergency vehicle technicians to take care of routine maintenance, preventive maintenance, and emergency maintenance for some of our apparatus according to the fee schedule that they've attached to the rear of the agreement here. Minor increases in some of the costs for the maintenance, and I'd recommend consideration for approval to move forward.
Any questions from the board?
Nope.
Any questions from the public? I must make a statement, though, Chief. I can imagine that they've done a great job, because obviously the engine that we put up for bid, that we got more money than we expected because of their past maintenance. on it.
Certainly in part, yeah, definitely. It's been a great partnership that's been real cost effective and taken some of the burden off public works here, as well as our regular vendors that we utilize to service the vehicles. So I think that's a very correct statement.
So I'll make a motion to renew the fleet maintenance contract.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Comments from the public? Okay, there are no, let the record show, there are no comments from the public, but I would like to make one, and that is, Chief, I think what had happened over the weekend that you did, and your staff did a fabulous job on the 5K run, the police, or the fire challenge that you put on there at 88th train station was just fabulous. I know that we had 378 people were registered to run that day. 322 crossed the finish line. I just did before I got here, crossed the finish line. But I finished. That was the important thing. And we even had a kids race. 3 to 10 years old participated in a 1K race, and that was really the best part of the day, to see those kids run and give their all to it. We had 21 children run for that, and more importantly, approximately $15,000 was raised with fees, and plus the runners and different organizations that helped. So we want to thank all of those to come on, and next year we get a chance to get it again. And I know that your crew placed, what was it?
Yeah, we did very well, and had a couple individuals participate in the combat challenge and 2 relay teams, and was a great weekend for the community and the fire department.
Yes, we just need to have more people come out. It was a grand time, and I think many of them thought they were going into a fire, as hot as it was out there.
Yes.
You know, but thank you and your staff. It was a good time.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed it.
Big team effort there. Thank you.
Yes. I'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.